Hello and welcome back to Allie Bakes. Now, if there's only one food that I could eat for the rest of my life and not have anything else, it would be bread. I don't know if it's because I'm from the Midwest or because I'm part Italian or if at some point in my life I came across a radioactive croissant. I don't know why, but I love bread. So today we are going to make dinner rolls akin to something that you would get at a place that rhymes with Schmex's Schmotehouse. So let's get started. I have 1 1/4 cups of milk, which we're gonna put in the microwave until it gets up until around 110 degrees.
This step is super important because your yeast will not bloom and come to life in cold milk. You want it between 100 and 110 degrees, and make sure to absolutely impale yourself with your candy thermometer while you're checking the temp.
That really hurt. Ow! I can't believe I just did that. After you stab yourself with your candy thermometer, you're gonna add 1/3 cup of sugar to your now 110 degree milk.
The sugar is the snack that your yeast are going to munch on as they bloom.
Okay, and now we are going to sprinkle a packet of active dry yeast on top.
Do not stir this yeast, just let it vibe.
So we're gonna let this sit for 5 minutes. So I'll be right back while I go nurse my wound. There's literally been no damage inflicted to my hand. I'm just dramatic. We're gonna keep going on these buns. So our yeast has bloomed. It smells very yeasty in here, and they've started to foam up on the top a little bit. So we're gonna dump our yeast mixture into a large mixing bowl. Then we are going to add 1/4 cup of room temperature butter. We're going to add 1 large room temperature egg. We have a teaspoon of kosher salt. And then we're gonna start with just like 2 cups of flour, roughly. And we will add more as we go. And now we mix.
You'll need to have about 4 cups of all-purpose flour ready to go to gradually add to your mixture. This dough is going to be tacky but not super sticky, so use your best judgment in adding flour. I used about 3.5 cups.
We're gonna prepare a bowl for our first peruve with some olive oil.
You can then turn your dough out into your prepared bowl.
Okay. Almost pulled a Sylvia Plath there. I was just checking how warm my oven was. This is gonna proof for an hour covered with a dish towel. Now I did preheat my oven and I'm letting it cool down because it needs to rise in kind of a warm place. I think my oven might be a little too warm, so I'm just gonna set it on top until my oven cools down, and then I'll just stick it in there for the rest of the hour. So I'll see you guys in an hour. All right, it's been about an hour for the first proof, so we are going to take out the dough. And it should have doubled in size. It did, okay. So we're gonna punch the air out of this thing, and now we're gonna knead it. You gotta beat that dough like it owes you money.
You don't necessarily need to knead this dough as much as you need to coat it with flour to the point that it's not sticky anymore, and then you're gonna roll it out into a large rectangle. We're gonna cut this into approximately 24 squares.
Okay, and then put them on your prepared baking sheets.
This dough is really soft and easy to work with. It's not gonna poof up that much, so you can fit around 12 on a baking sheet. And these are gonna proof for another 45 to 60 minutes or until they've roughly doubled in size. Okay, so they made it through their second proof. They've about doubled inside. Ignore all this, I'm making chili for dinner to go with our rolls. But they've about doubled in size. So these guys are gonna go into the oven for between 10 and 12 minutes. Okay, I'll see you then.
Had a little bit of oven drama with one side cooking faster than the other, but I eventually pulled both trays out at 14 minutes.
They actually kind of look pretty evenly baked. Pretty evenly baked, if I do say so myself.
As soon as you pull these guys out of the oven, you can butter them with some melted unsalted butter. And this is where they get pretty darn convincing as Texas Roadhouse rolls, if I do say so myself. It's the butter glaze that does it, so don't skip this step.
I'm sorry. I think these were the bad side of the oven. This gentleman right here, uncanny. So I got 1 out of 24. I'm happy. Okay. You gotta try it fresh out of the oven. It is like exactly the same. That is so good. It has like the crispy exterior and then the pillowy inside. Forget about it. Make me the CEO of Schmex's Schmodehouse. Mwah.
Thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.